washing in the Allentown, Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania area. Been in business just over 3 years. We've got 2 trucks out. I've got 3 guys, and it's a little background on myself. I'm going to go over here, give you guys a little insight that hopefully will help you on getting some business and helping out some property management companies, and hopefully in turn help you guys grow your business a little bit. How many people in here either work for property management or property management companies currently, or have in the past? Okay, it's a good ratio. So you guys might be kind of a refresher or some information. I know in Charleston when I did this, there was a lot of hands up in the room, but I got a lot of good feedback afterwards saying that there were some things they hadn't thought of or things that they've been slacking on that this kind of brought it back up to the forefront of their mind. So hopefully you guys will get a benefit out of this in the end. So we'll get started. All right, what's a property manager? All right, a lot of people who don't know or they've tried going after property manager accounts, they think property manager is some white-horned unicorn that doesn't exist because you try knocking on doors and you can never get a hold of these people. So we're going to try to debunk the myth here on that these people do exist. They're human just like we are, and they're quite personable when you finally get to talk to them. So we'll go through that process. What's a property manager or a PM do? Essentially, this is kind of a summary of what their roles are in their company. Basically, they collect rent from tenants. Any maintenance items throughout the property, they coordinate, schedule all that, take payments. The purchasing agent for vendors, supplies, anything like that. They're the lead complaint department. Is this thing a laser? Yeah, there you go. Anytime any of their tenants have an issue, they're getting the knock on the door or the phone call. So they're a customer service department for their clients. And what it basically boils down to, they're a landlord. They collect rents, they handle the maintenance, just like if you bought a rental property and you managed it yourself, you're the property manager for that specific property. So that's what these people do on a larger scale. And they are, this is key here, for the property owner or the investor. So these property management companies, not all the time own the properties. They're a third-party customer or third-party company for another investor or owner of that specific property. Different types of properties that the managers, these companies handle: retail, any type of strip mall, shopping centers, offices or warehouses, and you got multi-units and also HOA, condo boards, homeowners associations as well. Why do we want to work for PMs? Well, most of them have portfolios, multiple locations, so you can get in with one company and they've got 40 properties. So you're dealing with one company as opposed to, like Bill was saying before we started here, going out and trying to get all these different customers. You've got one client that's got a whole portfolio of work for you potentially to get. So for a business owner, that's very palatable because if you get in with this person, your opportunity to expand throughout their portfolio is awesome. And you build that relationship, the work just keeps coming to you and they keep feeding you work. So it's very palatable for us. Normally, the projects are larger because the properties are larger. We're not talking a single family home here, we're talking commercial properties. So scale-wise, much bigger, and in turn, dollars are larger. These people, if you find good ones, they are loyal to quality vendors. I highlighted quality there because if you're some fly-by-night guy and you screw them over, they're not going to call you back, obviously. So if you treat them well, you get there on time, your price is fair, you have you build some of a relationship with the person, you can be personable with them, they're going to like you, they're going to call you back, and they're going to stick with you. And as I said before, they got this large portfolio, they're going to continue to feed you work as they grow as well, because they're a business as well. They want to grow, so they're going to attain more properties. And as they grow, you in turn grow. So it's a win-win, really. Okay, so just to recap here, the intro. We know what a PM is and what they do. the types of properties that they manage, and why we want to work for them. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Okay. Okay, how do we find a PM? I broke it down here. Retail. Here's just some tips that I've found that have worked for me in the past. Okay, go into a strip center. Walk into a store, preferably like a mom and pop pizza place, or if there's like a laundromat or something in there. Ask who they pay the rent to, or if there's an issue with something, who they call. 9 times out of 10, that's going to be the property management company. They'll give you a name and a phone number most of the time. If it's a mom and pop shop, they might be a little, they'll give you this look like, why are you asking me this? But tell them who you are and what you want to do, and they'll be like, oh yeah, this is great. The place is filthy, or yeah, I want my sidewalks cleaned. Here, good luck. So I've got in with probably 3 or 4 shopping malls just by doing that, and at least got a contact information from doing that. So it's been very helpful. That one works great for me. Look for contact info on the sprinkler room doors. The first one, that first item there, that pizza shop actually led me back to the sprinkler room door and told me about that tip, so that was a good little tip. They're usually around the back of the building or the side. You'll see it's labeled sprinkler room because the fire department needs to know where the sprinkler room is. Or you'll see this giant octopus looking valve thing. Hey, we've all seen them on those big buildings. That's where the sprinkler room's at.
You know why they put it there?
Because if there's an emergency, they got to call the PM.
Then they know where to call, yeah.
That's exactly why. So it's a good place to look, because in the event of an emergency, the fire department needs to call the manager of the property. So that's a good place to look. It might not have their name, but at least it has a phone number. And this one here, this is misleading. The leasing company, okay? Shopping centers, you always see the signs up, you know, vacant spaces, leasing information, call Joe Deveneaux, you know, and there's the phone number, okay? That's not the person you would necessarily want to call, because that's the leasing agent. They're the real estate agent, essentially. They're not the property manager. And sometimes the leasing agent and the property management company aren't even the same company. So that a lot of guys, I screwed up on that to begin with. I was calling all these leasing agents. They were getting pissed that I was wasting their time, and they blow me off. So once you realize that, some are friendly and they can help you out, but 9 times out of 10, all they want to do is sell that retail space. So they're going to blow you off. So just don't get misled by that, and start thinking you're finding all this information and you're calling these people and they're not calling you back. So just a little tidbit there. Multi-unit, like apartment complexes and condo units. You know, there's always a leasing office or like a clubhouse with a leasing office in there. You just walk in the door there. A lot of times the person will have an office there. They might not be there all the time, but they have an office there. Or there'll be somebody in there that can lead you in the direction you need. Look the community name up online. A lot of times they have online bill paying, and there's customer service numbers there. Sometimes it's a third-party billing collection software they use, so that's not always a slam dunk, but at least it's another option to go down. Sometimes it is the company that collects it, and you can call them, at least get a phone, get into their office to speak with somebody. And then there's data lists out there. You can buy data name lists of property managers and stuff. That's kind of, if you guys want to go down that route, you can. The other ones are more personable. You're putting your face to the name. That works much better in my opinion. But okay, info dig. When you do contact these people, you find a name, you walk into the shop, you got the person's name, and the company name of the management